Longleaf School of the Arts is a college preparatory high school with a focus on the fine arts. It has been in existence for 5 years, and I, Brittany Doyle, have worked for the school for the past 4 years, both as a teacher and now as its assistant head of school. In just 5 years, LSA has moved from its original location at 207 East Hargett Street in downtown Raleigh to 9400 Forum Drive in North Raleigh, while construction was completed on our current home at 322 Chapin Oak Drive. In 5 years, our Flying Squirrel population has doubled in size of its students and staff members. To learn more about Longleaf, it's important to better understand who we are. Longleaf's mission statement reads as follows. Longleaf School of the Arts will develop students into confident, responsible, and successful contributors in college, career, and community through mentorship and a challenging curriculum that integrates academics and the fine arts. Our school was founded by 2 former North Carolina Governor's School instructors who believed high school students deserved a rigorous academic environment that followed 3 instructional theories: Renzulli's enrichment model, the creative problem-solving model, and Mortimer Adler's Paideia model, mixed with a focus in the fine arts. Our school serves students in grades 9 through 12, and our students are educated following the North Carolina Essential State Standards, Common Core Standards, and additionally, College Board standards outlined for advanced placement courses. Our school currently has 314 students. Of those students, 10% receive free or reduced lunch benefits. Our demographics consist of 62% Caucasian students, 19% Black Americans, 9.6% Hispanic students, and 8% of our population makes up 2 or more of our subgroups. After completing my compliance report for Dr. Buckner and a meeting with Mrs. Rachel Davis, Longleaf's head of school, we agreed that my efforts would be best spent working with 2 different committees, the Finance Committee and the Policy Committee, to ensure LSA worked to become compliant in areas where we were found not. I picked 2 areas to focus this particular SLP. The first, making sure our classrooms had the necessary resources to hang the North Carolina state flag and the American flag. In conjunction with purchasing flags, I needed to work to ensure our public announcement system was properly functioning throughout the new building so announcements, emergencies, and procedures like standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance could become routine. My second area of focus was adding policies to our staff and student handbooks, such as policies including a drug testing policy, a policy for staff who run for public office, a procedure for communicating with media sources, and adding expectations and procedures for students who do not wish to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. My work began by presenting my findings to the appropriate board committees and stakeholders involved. One board member in particular questioned whether the areas that we were out of compliance applied to charter schools because they had assumed several statutes did not apply to us. Convincing a stakeholder of the importance of this project was not difficult. All were in agreement that LSA needed my efforts to bring us further into compliance with local, state, and federal regulations. My first round of efforts required meeting with the Director of Operations and the Finance Committee to ensure proper funding was allocated in the 2018-2019 budget. This is an ongoing process because our budget will not be finalized until May and then voted on by the Board of Directors around Memorial Day. Once the budget has been approved, I cannot spend any funds from next year's plan until after July 1st, once the new fiscal year has begun. I anticipate having the flags hung in every classroom prior to teacher workdays and starting the first day of school with either morning or afternoon announcements, which will include the reciting of the Pledge of Allegiance. The second half of my project is still in progress as well. The policies are drafted, but LSA's Policy Committee must first meet to review and discuss before the final drafts can be submitted to the Board of Directors for a final vote. The committee has met multiple times this semester, but unfortunately the team has spent hours discussing potential changes to our graduation requirements that other policies have taken a back seat. The committee believes they are important and agree they need to be added to our handbooks, but an agreement cannot be reached on the policy previously mentioned, so our time and efforts have been focused elsewhere. It is my hope that with more work, Longleaf will begin the 2018-2019 school year ahead of where we have in previous years in regards to compliance laws.